Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gauda Hari Bol. Nitai Gauda Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gauda Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Jai Shri Gurudev ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat ki Jai, all the faithful devotees of Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat and our Guru Varga ki Jai. Jai Gaur Premanande. Well, today is a very happy day, very exciting day, because today we have the opportunity to dedicate ourselves with renewed enthusiasm at the feet of Guru and Gauranga. Today is a fresh start. And we want every day and every moment to be a fresh start, a moment of renewed surrender, renewed dedication. We all want to be sannyasis in the purest sense, in the most essential way. At samyak nyas, to give up everything concerning our own selfish engagements, desires, aspirations, activities which are expressed in subtle and gross ways, to give that all up. It is all playing with shadows, fighting with shadows, and to offer ourselves on the positive side, to dedicate ourselves. Actually, we are not able to simply give up anything on the negative side. That we are not able to do. But we can offer ourselves to the positive side. We can offer ourselves to the feet of Guru, Gauranga, Hari Guru Vaishnav. As our Gurudev said, this is my Tridanda sannyas, to serve the mission of my Guru Maharaj, to serve the deities of my Guru Maharaj, to serve the devotees of our Guru Maharaj. And so we are all trying to live like that. Whatever color cloth we're wearing, or whatever role we may have within society or within the mission as a whole, we are all trying to live like that. And moment by moment, day by day, we're trying to remind ourselves of that. Actually, we are coming to enter into a family life with the Lord. Our Gurudev, he also commented that we are not pronounced sannyasis, we are not brahmacharis or vanaprashta or anything like that, but rather we are all grihastas, in the sense that we are coming to, this is the griha, he said, this is the residence, the home of Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar. This is their home, this is their residence. And we are coming to enter into a family life with them, where they are the center. Only their pastimes are going on. Our pastimes, we don't have our own pastimes. It is all illusory, but we want to join that higher, real pastime. We want to have a small part to play in that. And so we're trying to approach with some open heart and open mind, and let that wave of nectar wash over us and wash away all of our negative tendencies and attraction to the negative side. Let that wave wash over us, and we simply have to let it take away all of the anarthas, those unnecessary things. Anartha we generally translate as the obstacles that the undesirable things within us, and of course that is correct, but the real meaning of arthas is like what is necessary or what is meaningful. And so anartha means what is not meaningful or what is not necessary. Has no meaning, has no necessity, has no real standing. And so we have to simply let that divine wave, which is especially coming in the form of Nam Sankirtam, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, let that wave wash over us and purify us, sarvatma snapanam, fully purify us, and it will fully satiate us. We're trying to approach with that open heart and repeatedly bathe in that wave, allow ourselves to be cleansed in that wave, and to also be open to how we may be utilized in the positive sense, how we may be engaged, to let go of our constructed and artificial sense of ego, and to open to our glorious prospect as a servant in the highest plane. It is the most dignified thing. As Param Guru Maharaj has said, yes, it is slavery, but slavery to what? Slavery to the great force of love and beauty. It is the most dignified and the most noble thing. If you say that you will become a slave, persons, they will be disturbed by that. They will rebel. What is this? What are you speaking of? They will rebel against such an idea. But if they look within their own lives, within their own hearts, they will find that they themselves are slaves to love. I was observing last week one of our devotees, Leela Sundar Prabhu. He had his little daughter. How old is she? She's like 3 or something, her mom? She's 5, okay. So she's seated on a stool, on a high stool, and he's kneeling at her feet, and he has a cupcake, and she's, he's decorating. He's teaching them how to decorate. So he's kneeling at her feet with his cupcake, and his little daughter is like sitting above his head, squirting on there. I thought, what a charming thing is this, He's a grown man, a respectable man, and he's kneeling at the feet of his 5-year-old daughter, serving her very happily. And I'm watching Veer Chandra Prabhu here, like a shadow to his little toddler. He's become the slave of his child. But out of love, such a thing is possible. When I see those things, I think, this is the proof that the Krishna conception is the highest thing. This is the real natural pull of our heart, to be slaves to love, to be slaves to duty. And so, in the beginning, we will be afraid to let go of our artificial sense of ego and our artificial sense of independence and position. But actually, as our faith develops and our faith becomes stronger and stronger, and we begin to have more and more of an experience of the substance of that divine plane, of what joy, what happiness, what satisfaction is there, the more that we start to get some touch of that in our lives, the more we'll be ready to let go of anything. If you're tasting something good, you just don't care about anything else. You're experiencing something inconceivably wonderful. Even sometimes we eat some nice ice cream or something, and we forget so many things. We're just so immersed in the joy of that moment, the pleasure of that moment. Suddenly we forget about so many things. Some persons, they'll do things to the expense of their health, thinking, you know what, this cigarette, it's giving me so much happiness right now. I don't care what happens tomorrow. This cheeseburger, it's just giving me so much satisfaction right now. I don't care about my high cholesterol right now. Let me live a shorter life. This moment is so wonderful, so pleasurable. Because we are rasa seekers by nature. The Vedanta Sutra begins, Atato Brahma Jigyasya. Now search after spirit. But as Param Guru Maharaj points out, Srimad Bhagavatam replaces that with the search for rasa. The search for spirit, that is a dry thing, that is a preliminary thing. Go deeper. Go to find the inner satisfaction of your heart. That is rasa. That is what we need. We all need rasa. We will do anything for rasa, but we have to go to the source of that rasa. And so we're told Krishna, he is Akila Rasamrita Murti. There's very nice expression of Srila Gurudev in Revealed Truth, where he says that all the jiva souls, they're very fortunate because they're very small. And so because they're very small, they can bathe in the ocean of Krishna's rasas. Krishna, he is the embodiment of all joy, charm, love, ecstasy, and everything that we're seeking after. Adventure, humor, suspense, every variety of intensity of feeling, it's all embodied in Krishna. So Srila Gurudev says that we are very fortunate because we are very small, tiny, finite souls. And so it is like approaching Krishna, it is like a small fish. It's swimming in a great ocean. We can just bathe in that. We can be over-flooded with that. Our whole existence will be overwhelmed with that. And in that same section, Srila Gurudev, he also describes the different rasas in Krishna's Leela, these different moods. It's like baby fish that are happily playing and kissing each other. They are like coming against each other, creating such joyful variety, dynamic variety, fulfillment in so many different ways. Not static joy, not static fulfillment, but dynamic fulfillment, dynamic joy. That is what we want. That is what we need, actually. And rasa presupposes everything else. Consciousness, eternity, everything is within that. Everything is included within that. So Bhagavatam advises, Mahaprabhu advises us, our gurus advise us, just go straight to that. You don't need to go the long route. You don't need to go up the step ladder. Just go straight to that. Go straight to the inner satisfaction of your heart. You don't need to go the slow route. Just go direct. Take the express way. You don't have to worry about going through karma yoga, jnana yoga, shanga yoga, any of the dhyana. You don't need to go through that. You don't need to worry about first purifying yourself, first being able to enter into samadhi, and so on and so forth. Just go direct with whatever you have. Just come. This is Krishna's clarion call of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Just come. Doesn't matter where you are, where you're at, what you have, what you don't have. Just come. This is for you. This is open to you, and this is open to everyone. Yat karoshi, yadashnashi, yajuhoshi, dadasi, yat tapasyasi kunteya, tat kurusha, mad arpanam. It is the most accommodating call. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're eating, whatever you're offering, whatever you're sacrificing, just do it just connect me there. Connect me. Plus Krishna. And you will be the gainer by that. Stane stito shrutigatam tanuvan manobir. Wherever you are, doesn't matter where or how or what you're situated in or with or around, what your conception is even, doesn't matter. Just start hearing about this. Start hearing about this, the inner need of your soul. Start hearing these divine topics. And you don't have to change anything. Just connect your heart to this. That is all. Krishna doesn't want anything else. Doesn't want your money, doesn't want your house, doesn't want your bank balance, doesn't want a contract. No formal, he rejects formal relationship, formal connection. But he wants your heart, he wants the juiciest thing. Sometimes I think that in the highest plane, those who have the most intimate relationship with Krishna, formally speaking, they have nothing. They have no relationship with him. They have no standing with him. No problem, you can leave it open. He's a very good boy. Subhadra is a little dangerous. But Balaram is a very good boy. He's very quiet. Those who have the highest connection, the most intimate connection with Krishna, they have no formal claim to him. Now you're coming to prove what a good girl you are, huh? They have no formal claim. It's not like they have any legal connection, some contractual agreement, or anything like that. They are not even recognized by the general society as having a valid relationship with him. But yet they have the greatest claim to his heart. His heart. So sometimes I think of that because we have this disease of wanting to be recognized, wanting to be honored, wanting to be appreciated, acknowledged in some way. This is a disease. It is I call it the what about me disease. You know about that? The what about me disease? This is our disease. But we really just have to question, what is it that we want? Do we want real satisfaction in our lives? Do we want real fulfillment in our lives? Or do we want others to give us a formal certificate that we have something? Do we want the internal substance, or do we want the outer thing? So this is a challenge that we face, to always, and this is sincerity, to always be able to, Srila Sridhar Maharaj has given this definition, to appreciate the inner substance of Mahaprabhu's teachings. And we have to always remind ourselves, question, what is it that we really want? Do we really want a substantial connection, or do we want some external, formal acknowledgement of that? So we want the real thing. We want the deepest satisfaction of the inner heart, and we have to be ready to pay any price for that, whatever that may entail. But that we know we want that. We can be deviated from many other things, but that is our point of reference. Everything else may shift and may change, but that this is the highest thing, that this is all in all for me. We have to keep that laser sharp focus on that. So Param Guru Maharaj, he gives that very nice example of the Pandavas, and the Kauravas also, when their guru, their weapons guru, Dronacharya, he's examining them, and he has this target of a doll bird on a tree, and they have to, one by one, they have to try to hit the eye of the bird. And one by one, they're all failing. And Dronacharya is asking them as they're aiming their arrow, what is it that you see? No, oh, well, I'm seeing the tree, and I'm seeing the bird also. And they're giving different answers like this. And then it comes to Arjuna's turn, and Dronacharya asks him, what do you see? And Arjuna says, I only see the eye of the bird. And Dronacharya says, you don't see the tree? No, I don't see the tree. And what about the head of the bird or the rest of the bird? No, I don't see that. I only see the eye of the bird. I don't see anything else. So we want to keep that type of focus. Everything is going to vanish in this world. Whatever we have, it is all going. We cannot put our confidence in anything in this world. What wealth we may have, what beauty we may have, what comforts we may have, what money we have, what family we have, everything we can lose in this world. So Srila Maharaj, he expresses, what we think is concrete, that is actually abstract. It is all going to vanish. And what you now consider to be abstract, that is actually concrete. So we have to put our faith in the substantial things. We have to ask ourselves this serious question. What if I wake up tomorrow and I've lost everything? Literally everything that I considered to be valuable. Then we realize we are so dependent on our environment. We are so dependent on so many unstable factors and elements within the environment. We have to develop our faith in that which is really substantial, that which is not flickering. Everything in this world is flickering. Everything in this world is going to vanish. We cannot put our faith in that. And when we look at the examples of the great souls, we see how they could leave everything for the sake of their ideal. It gives us so much encouragement, so much enthusiasm in this line. When we look at Jesus Christ, what he faced fearlessly with no resistance for the sake of his high ideal and for the sake of the world, for the good of others. We look at Socrates, fearlessly he faced that fate because he knew of the afterlife. He knew the soul is immortal, and he died to prove that. He could have saved his life. When we look at the example of Sri Chaitanya Dev, what he left behind, what type of position and opulence and enjoyment he left for the sake of this ideal. When we look at our Guru Varga, our Gurudev as a 17-year-old boy, he left everything for the cause of pure devotion. And it gives us great enthusiasm, gives us great encouragement to concentrate our faith here, to concentrate our attention here, and to ask these deeper questions, not to dismiss these deeper questions of life. And it is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Yam labdva shapram labam manyate nadikam tata yasmin stito na dukena gurunapi vishalyate. The one who has had even, slight connection, even once, of that slight revelation, that higher reality, nothing in this world can move them. Not even the worst distress or suffering can disturb them, because they have had realization of that higher and substantial plane of divinity. Then this whole flickering world, it becomes meaningless. Sometimes we see these photos that they make, like, I don't know if it's a Photoshop effect, but like somebody in the middle of some busy traffic, and they're like looking very clear and still, and like there's like hundreds of cars whizzing by and people, it's like a blur on either side, and they're like steady and still. It is like that. This is real yoga. Realizing connection with the higher plane and feeling this equipoise in relation to the flickering nature and the duality of this world. And we've known persons who were like that, who had that type of faith, like our Gurudev, our Param Gurudev. There's that famous instance when he was asked, what about World War III? We've heard World War III may be coming. And he responded, that is a point on a line on a plane and a solid. Everything around us is going to vanish. What to speak of one war? Whole universes are going to be demolished. And again, created. We have to learn to live in eternity. We are very, very far away. Very, 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 very far away from such vision. But hearing these things gives us some perspective. And that verse is there, included in Prapana Jivanamrita and other places, that for one who has surrendered to the Lord, that all the distress and suffering, trouble of this world, it is like the amount of water contained in the hoofprint of a calf. It's all reduced to nothing, virtually nothing, because of their perspective. That is what we are lacking, perspective. So, as I started out with, every day we're trying to approach life, approach our teachers and our friends with renewed spirit of dedication to the Lord and the Lord's own. We're trying to rededicate ourselves to those higher principles, renewed dedication, renewed enthusiasm. We want to begin each day like that. And if we can do that, no doubt our life will be difficult, it will be challenging, but it will be exciting, it will be an adventure. It will be meaningful. That is what we want. We want to live a meaningful life. We want to live meaningful lives more than anything else. We want to live a substantial life. We want to make a contribution to the world in the deepest sense, in the most meaningful sense. And not to waste our time with all the flickering fads of this world. Well, maybe I'll stop there. Is that okay? Can we sing Bhajabaka Tavatsalam?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can? Okay. Jai, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. We pray He may accept us and help us in our endeavors to serve Him. Bhajabaka Tavatsala Shri Gaura Hari. Bhajabaka Tavat Vatsala Shri Gaura Hari Shri Gaura Hari Sahi Kashta Bihari Hari Sahi Kashta Bihari Nanda Jasomati Chitta Hari Bela holo namo nara Aisa ekano Goga manjine basi Konoho bojana Rahamajana Nanjara Nirdeshe Vaisha Girivananari Nirdeshe Vaisha Girivananari Malaneva Sahasaka Vaisha Sarisari Sriyukta Shakari Bhaji Nalita Kushmanda Dali Dana Dugda Tumbi Dadi Mocha Ganta Ungda Bora Masha Bora Ratika Gretana Rajpuli Vishakha Kir Puli Payasana Harpuraya Mita Keli Ramba Kirasara Amita Rasalayam Landana Shapakara Duchi Chini Sarpuri Ladura Sabali Bhojana Korena Krishna Hoya Kutuhali Rani Karapakayana Vivina Myanjana Paramaya Nande Krishna Korena Bhojana Chole bole ladukai Shri Madhu Mangala Mangala Bajaya Hardeya Hari Bolo Rani Kani Gane Hedi Nayane Rakhone Tripta Hoye Khai Krishna Jashoda Bhavane Bhojanante Piya Krishna Subhasita Bhani Habe Mukha Prakaloi Hoya Sari Sari Astamukha Prakaliya Jata Sakagane Hana Devi Shrama Kore Bala Devasane Tambula Rasalayane Tambula Masala Nahake Krishna Chandra Sukhe Nijagela Vishalaka Shiki Pucha Chamara Dulaya Apurvashayaya Krishna Sukani Jajaya Jashamati Agyape Tanishtaya Nito Shri Krishna Prasad Nadha Punja Hoye Prito Lalita Nisaki Gana Avashesha Paya Mone Mone Sukhe Radha Krishna Guna Gaya Hari Leela Ek Matra Jahara Pramoda Hari Leela Ek Matra Mogati Gai Thakur Makati Vinoda Govinda Govinda Gopala Giridhari Gopinath Nanda Dulala Govinda Govinda Gopala Nanda Dulala Jai Jai Sachi Dulala Sachi Dulala Jai Jai Gaur Gopala Shri Lok Arti ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Shri Gurudev ki Jai Vaishnavinda ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Thai Gaur Premanande. Okay. Stop.